Hey, well, hello to everyone out there in YouTube land. I hope that everybody is doing well. Good morning to you. So, as I mentioned before in my other video, I found cranberries for 38 cents per bag, and it's 10 ounces versus a pound, but it's still cranberries at 38 cents per bag. So I've been rinsing them and examining them to be sure that there are no baddies in there. Though so far only found one kind of, really it's not a baddie, it's just a tiny bit soft, but nonetheless. So I have some of my cranberries ready. I'm not doing all of them at the same time. I'm just starting little by little. So far these are just 3 bags. I have my measuring cups. I think I'll be doing 1 cup of cranberries and like a third ish of cup of sugar, but we'll see. I'm not quite sure on the sugar. I think I normally use, I think I might have used a third of a cup or something like that. But anyway, like a cup of like the berries, and if it doesn't look like it's enough, I'll use more. But like I told you, I'm doing straight cranberries, and I'm doing cranberry wild blueberry, and I'm also doing cranberry cherry. So that's what I'll be doing. So I'll be using either I'll do 1 cup of when I'm doing the blend, I'll do 1 cup, or I'll do do half cup of each berry, so that it's the taste is balanced or whatever. I think I'll do half or whatever. So here I have all of my canning supplies. I always just keep them in one place. Normally I just take everything out that I want to use, but from now on I'll just bring the whole basket over. It has everything I need: my debubbler, my funnel, my jar handler, my jar, everything that I would need plus is inside of here. So I have that ready because I'll be doing because I'm doing I might do 30 jars, but I have 24 out already. So I'll be doing 24 quarts today. And because I'll be doing such a big batch, I do have 2 of my water bath canners out, and they are ready. I have a kettle of water out here, but I also have other waters. So I don't have a kettle, like an electric kettle, but I surely need one for today. So I'm using my, although I should have used a bigger one, but this is one I had already out. My crock pot with water in it, as well as my rice cooker with fresh water in it. I have a paper towel out to wipe the rims of my jars. And all my jars are ready. All of my lids and my bands are also ready. And yeah, so let's go. I'm going to start assembling. Like I said, I've already went through the cranberries to check to see how they are or whatever. And I need to go through the blueberries as well as the cherries. But once I get all of that assembled, we'll get to the next step. I almost forgot. I also have sugar here. I'm using white sugar this time. I don't usually use white sugar. I use pure cane sugar, but I'm using white sugar for this recipe. So this is where I just removed some of the jars, but this, because I'm going to do little by little, but these are the jars. They are, like I said, they're already clean and ready. And another thing that I will be doing, like I said, I'll be doing 7 at a time, I believe. But another thing I'm going to do is just to temper them, is to run hot water on the outside of them, since hot water will be going inside of them. And these are my clean bands and lids. So these are what we'll be using today. I actually wound up using a third instead, a fourth of a cup, because it was already, the measuring cup was already in there. So I just used that. So I'm now getting ready to put my water over in here, and then we will clean the lids, the top of the rims. We'll fill it a fourth leave a fourth of a head space with our debubble, and then we'll put them into the canner. Just filling up. To use my stash. Excuse me. Looks like that might be too much. Oh, no, might not be. I gotta get more water, hot water going. Sure wish I had an electric kettle, but it is well. It is okay. I mean, I'm doing good. But yeah, so now I will clean the rims, put the tops on, and we'll get them in the canner for 15 minutes. And remember, I said we will debubble. We will debubble. Then we'll clean the rims. And of course check the head space, put the lids on as well as the bands, and then we'll get them into a hot pot. So we have debubbled, made the necessary adjustments, reminding ourselves also that these berries, the cranberries, will release their own juice. Clean the lids, of course. Now let's get them into the canner. And one thing I would have did if I was a little bit smarter or thought this through a little bit better, I would have had extra fresh water, not just the boiling water, but fresh water ready to go into these water warmers, because it's taking a while to get water from the refrigerator out of the filtered water refrigeration system. So I would have did that a little bit differently, but it is well. So let me put this to the side. My lid. Water is nice and hot, and we'll have to fill it up until it is these. Look how pretty they look, and the sugar will dissolve over time, so don't worry about that. And remember, always hot jars into hot canner, cold jars into cold canner. And I did turn the lids or the bands, screw the bands finger tight, so that's no problem. Always remember to have something in the bottom, even if it's a cushy dish towel or some kind of fabric or whatever. Always make sure that something's not, your jars are not in straight contact with the canner and the heat and the whatnot. So let's see here. Two more. This always looks like an alien down in here to me. Oh boy. Okay, so now we're going to add more hot water, and that water can come from the tap. It's okay, because I don't want tap water in here, but I don't mind it in the outside. Excuse me. Okie dokie. We have water, at least an inch of a head space on top of our our jars. Excuse me. I have turned the heat up, although it was already simmering. I have the heat up on high now, so it can come to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, then we'll let it boil or process for 15 minutes. And I also did put a splash or more of vinegar into my water pots, because definitely you don't want that mineral to build up to be on your jars. We'll be back in a bit. So now our cherry and cranberry is ready for water. I again put the same amount of sugar in, although I should have adjusted it a little bit because the cherries are sweet. So yeah, but it's okay. because this is going to be kind of a concentrate anyway. You're going to add water, you know, dilute it or whatever. So anyway, it is well. Hopefully it's nice and robust. So let's get some water into it. I'll just fill one because I'm one-handed right now, but I'll just fill one for you. Very hot water, so always be very careful, especially if you have little ones around, and they should be around because they should also be learning this craft and or skill because this is a life skill. I said one, but here I go. Let me get off of here for a minute. Our cherry is ready for its lids and bands. I did debubble. I did clean off, and I debubble and I adjusted. Now adjustment could be more liquid or less liquid, which I did have to do. One had too much liquid in for me. So anyway, let me put my lids on and the bands, and we'll get these into the canner. And the one with the just cranberry only, you can probably hear. I don't know if you can hear it. It's boiling, but it's probably has a few more minutes to go before it's a full rolling boil, and then we'll do our 15-minute countdown. Okay, so this has come to a good rolling boil, as you can see by the steam, and it did overflow a little bit, which is okay. This lets me know, turn it down to another temperature and start the timer. It's okay. Okay, in with the cherry, the cranberry. Remember, finger tight, hot with hot. This has already been on low for a little bit. Just simmering or just staying hot or whatever. Very pretty. And I accidentally left out one jar, so I miscalculated. But I will be putting in a dummy jar or a spacer, just so that my jars do not fall over or anything of that nature. Don't want any of our precious time, money, energy, efforts, and resources to go down the drain. Then I'll just fill this with water above its head of the jars, and we'll be ready to get them rolling like this one is. You probably can't hear it, but it's a rolling. And I got a jar over here. This is hot water with a little vinegar in it. Just sit in the middle. Hopefully. Yep. Nice fit. And let's get the top on, the lid. Oh, what am I mean? The lid. I gotta put water in here, and then I'll turn it up to high. Well, I'll turn it up to high now, actually. Doesn't matter. So, and I'll fill up the water, and we'll get this started once it comes to a boil for 15 minutes. Okay, we have our water filled up over the top now, and please remember, this is a water bath. This is water bath canning, and this is only safe for water bath canning. Remember, high acid. It can be water bath, low acid are pressure cooked items, and most fruits are high acid, and most vegetables and meats and sauces and broths and things like that will be low acid. So those will have to be water bath, pressure can, but these are suitable and safe for water bath canning. Okay, our timer has gone off. I will turn that off, and then I will turn this down, the eye of the turn it down, and I'll wait about 5 minutes. So I'll always start my timer back up, wait about 5 minutes before I even remove the lid from it, and then I'll just put the lid askew a little bit so that the steam can come off of it, and then then we will wait a few more minutes, and then we will begin to remove our jars from the canner. So in the meantime, we have our blueberries mixed with our cranberries, and I have the 7th one this time. I'm just going to put the sugar in and do the same process again, which is to put the sugar in, put the water in, debubble, check the headspace, adjust as necessary, and then clean the rims and put the lids and the bands on, finger tight of course, and then we'll get them into the canner. I wanted to add this little tip. Don't become too confident in yourself or comfortable that you feel like, you know, I mean, I know, you know, we become experienced when we are canning, but don't become too confident that you feel like, oh, I got this. I mean, you know what I'm saying. Of course you got it. You want to be confident, but what I'm saying is overconfident to the point where you start thinking, oh, I got this like that, and you begin to make errors. I amaze myself because I'm always like, first of all, I'm always very prayerful because I cannot do anything without God, and I must do this with God's help and His guidance and overseeing me, because I want to be careful with what I'm doing. I don't want to mess up anything, and I definitely don't want us to eat anything, you know, put any of our lives in jeopardy or anything like that. Any way, shape, or form. Busted glasses, bad food, any way, shape, or form. So I'm always laughing at myself how careful I am, because even though I can often, you know, I'm still a beginner as far as I'm concerned, but I do can kind of often, not if as frequent, but still I'm very, very, very cautious, very, very careful, and again, like I said, very, very prayerful, because I don't want to be the person that's slipping and sliding around, you know, doing everything, boom, 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 and then forget. I always still refer back to my cookbook, my canning books, and everything. So, you know, no matter how old you are, no matter how long you've been doing it, because a lot of them I've been canning since I was, you know, 3 years old, next to grandma, next to mama. You know, okay, that's all well and good, but times of, you know, we got to still be careful. Use wisdom and don't be careless in what you're doing. So just wanted to throw that out there, because I when I'm canning, I'll laugh at myself, because it's like, is this your first time canning, ma'am? But still, I want to be careful. Plus, it's hot. You're working with hot stuff. I don't want to scald myself or anything like that either, or burn myself or hurt anybody in the house or whatever. But anyway, that's all. I just wanted to throw that in there. So now I'm getting ready to debubble. This is the blueberry cranberry. I'm getting ready to debubble it, adjust, of course, and clean the rims, and then put the tops on and put them into the canner. And this is just waiting a few more minutes. Once I'm kind of done with this, then I'll remove these. They should be kind of ready to remove. That's the cranberry cherry, which I better separate so that I don't mix the two up, because I don't know what color these are, but I know this probably will get darker though, that wild blueberry, but see, hopefully they'll have a distinctive color, but just in case, I'll still keep them separate or whatever. So we are going in with the new and out with the old. Let me get oh boy, I'm losing my mind. Hold on. So after I've got my mind back together, that's out with the old, and then we'll be putting in the new. So here is straight cranberry. And I won't have space to make my 7th. Let me see here. I gotta make space for the, okay, very good, Saida. And I've heard some pings already. Oh, sorry. Such a cute watermelon looking color. Ooh, look at that one, it's still boiling. I can see the boil, the water boiling inside of it rapidly. There's another ping. And I was supposed to do these yesterday, yet, hold on, let me concentrate. And last but not least is this baby. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to tilt that. And remember, don't tilt. Even though you attempted to remove the water from it, don't do it. Just bring it straight up out of the canner and straight into the canner as well. Straight up and down. None of that tilting, trying to remove the water of it from it or whatever. This is the blueberry. Oh, more pings. Always good to hear that hermetic seal. Whoop, another one. And then I think I'll do one more batch and I'll be done. I wonder if it'll be interesting to do cranberry with some pepper in it, cranberry pepper juice or something. Don't do it, huh? And I probably just need to put a little bit of water in here to top it off. Oh, another ping. I don't know if you guys can hear those pings over my... Uh-oh. Let me get this other one. It's blasting off. Let me turn this down. Let me see if it's... Of course, it's already... So I'm turning this one down because it's at its boil, and I'm getting ready to set the timer, 15 minutes. You probably can hear it boiling. Okay, so then I'll just do, cover this, the headspace, make sure the headspace is at least an inch over, and then we will, I just put the heat on it now. So, and then we'll be off. It's like that one lost water. I'm not sure yet. I've never really had a siphoning situation, but anything could happen. See them still bubbling really good inside of there. Okay, we're still going with this canning session. These are ready to come out. These have 11 more minutes on them. This is I think this is the blueberry. Wait, no, this this must be the cherry. This is the blueberry. And then this is straight cranberry and one with some blueberries in it. Just the little blueberries that I had left over. So I'm getting ready to put the water in them, debubble, clean, debubble, adjust if necessary, and then of course clean off the rims and put. Let me make sure I have. I think I should have. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I have enough lids and everything. And then I'm getting ready to take out these because they're really ready to come out. But I want to fill this up first. That way that this is still kind of cooling off a little bit. I don't want to just grab them out and rush them into this this different temperature or whatever. And I forgot that I looked on the counter and noticed my tea. I didn't drink my tea yet, but I'm almost done here. Thank God for another successful canning session. Hallelujah. By the way, I wanted to correct something. It's already in here pinging. I can hear it in here pinging. I wanted to correct something. I did a half a head space, not 1/4. So always remember to refer to, of course, if you whatever you hear, still refer to your own canning book or online, wherever, because there are canning information on the various authority websites as well. So I did a half, although I said I was doing 1/4. Let's see, it's not, yeah, I said I did 1/4, but it should have been 1/2. So sorry about that. And be careful with these cranberries. They some slippery little somethings. They will be popping out, falling out, jumping out, and everything. But I just want to give you an example of headspace. So this is the half. So if you can see, it is touching just at the half. The water is level is touching right at the bottom of this. Now here, not so much. Also here, of course, it's lacking. It's lacking. It is lacking. Uh-oh, I don't even know if I was showing you. So it's lacking here, of course. It's not filled. It's lacking there, lacking there, lacking here. But here is touching the water just right. So I'll adjust those. I've debubbled. I'll adjust them and get them cleaned off and get the lids on. Okay, so these are now ready to come out. And another thing I wanted to, oh, I don't even have it. But anyway, the screw bands, the indicator or the screw bands markings are also a place to see where your head space is. These probably have all pinged. I've heard them pinging while I was getting this last cranberry batch prepared. So I know that one has pinged already. Oh, I'm sorry. And so I went on Amazon Fresh's website, or app, to see if, because I was regretting that I didn't get more, because I said, well, maybe I could have squozen them in somewhere, or either just process them all. It's not like I don't have enough jars, sugar or anything. So, and they were back up to $2.07 or something like that. So, but there's always after Christmas. I think they, people, cranberries are big for both of those holidays. Even Easter, I think they should be anyway. So we'll get more then, or be looking out for them anyway. So these are the cherry. Oh boy. And the blueberry is done processing. I just have it sitting for a few minutes. I have it on timer so that it can, just let it settle down. And then I'll take the top off for another 5 minutes. Then after that time has lapsed, askew, not really off, but once that time has lapsed, then I'll remove them. And by stroke of genius of this processing, everything is, these are ready to go in here too. So I'm doing a whole assembly line here. Everything is working out perfectly. So this is the last batch. It's only 5. So thank God I already have the spacer in here. And I'll just need probably one more spacer, which I already have filled with hot water in the sink down here. You know what I did forget to do though, is put vinegar in that little, in the spacer that's in the sink. I forgot to put the vinegar in it. Thank you, whoever that is that's watching, that said, don't forget to did you put your vinegar in there? Thank you for the reminder, because surely we got to help one another. And I need help. And I'm not afraid to ask for help. Yeah, so plop a little vinegar in. If I can get the top off of it. Okay, just a smidgen, just to keep that jar looking nice, because these jars are something we use over and over again, unlike the lids. So we want to make sure that You know, they stay looking nice. They remain looking nice. That looks like a inch head space right there, actually. But I'm gonna put a little bit more in it, and then we're gonna get it started. Out with the second to the last batch, which is the blueberry, if I'm not mistaken here. Looks like some siphoned out, or I had that overflow going, so that's my fault. But looks great. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm such a poor videographer. Turn this off. This is not necessary any longer. Then I got, let's see here. I don't think I've heard any of these ping yet, but yep, so there is a good difference in the color. I'm gonna slide this over and put this here for now. See how these things were just popping out all over the place. They on the stove and everywhere. Let me do this one first. And one more. Uh-oh, sorry guys. And that will be it for the blueberries, the wild blueberries. Make that distinction. Then we got the one more, waiting for it to come up. Then once it does, we'll put it to the 15 minute mark, that is. Well, we'll set the timer for 15 minutes. Oh, I take that back. I think we did have a ping. Well, and I just heard one. This one definitely has not pinged. I can still see there's a conclave there, but everybody hasn't pinged yet. Don't be alarmed when your water overflows just a little bit. Just turn your heat down a couple of notches and start your timer. That's just an indication that it's ready, you know, because I'll have mine up on high and then turn it down once it comes to the boil. Turn it down a notch or two, not too drastically. And, you know, start my timer from there. But that's why another good reason, don't leave your space, your cooking space. Stay in the area and, you know, keep an eye on everything and stay focused. Those good bubbles coming out, and you see all it down there, how that is, that good heating or good pop, good pings. Then you feel confident that you're gonna have a good seal and that your food is processed well, I should say, because it's boiling hot still. Look at that. If you can see it from the bottom coming up and in the top as well. So we are done with this canning tutorial. I hope that you enjoyed it. And don't forget that these cranberries are really beneficial to our health. They're full of antioxidants, good for urinary tract support, kidney support, heart support, high blood pressure.